Hey, this is Don from Padlock Technologies again with another video. This is an observation video, nothing technical this time. Just want to talk about what I see in the S&B market. So it always surprises me as I talk to S&B markets or S&B clients, which are, smaller businesses, chiropractors, dentists, doctors, real estate offices or real estate agent offices, stuff like that. It really surprises me how they think that they are not like the number one target for cyber attacks. Why why do I say that? Well, really simple. Attackers know that most SMB clients or small businesses depend on the Comcast, Verizon, um, what else is there? Whatever ISP they're using, they depend on their gateway. That is the only thing they have from a network security standpoint. And because I know as an attacker that that's really all you depend on, you're probably more susceptible to, getting information stolen from you most of the time if we're talking about, social security numbers, credit card numbers, stuff like that. It's because you guys transact, you do business with everybody, but you have the least amount of security in your environment. Again, if you only got a Comcast router, Xfinity router, or whatever ISP gateway they give you, I know a lot of them say, oh, they have security and da 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 da. They don't. If you're dependent on your ISP to secure your network in your office, you are just axing to get information stolen from you, right? So as a small business, you guys should depend on a managed service like myself. You should depend on us to help you, mitigate the risk of you getting attacked, right? Social engineering is probably the biggest type of attack that hits small businesses. Now, they also hit large businesses as well, phishing attacks, stuff like that. But attackers know that larger organizations have the security, have the people in place to try to prevent them from getting in, right? So attackers don't want to, it's not like the Matrix in these movies where you see these super high level hackers doing all this crazy technical stuff to get in. Attackers do not want to do a lot of work. They don't want to have to go and try to brute force their way in. That is the least desirable thing they want to do. That's why most attacks or most successful attacks start off as social engineering attacks and not just brute force getting their way in, right? Now, because those large organizations have things in place, have controls in place to kind of mitigate the risk, they still get attacked. Somebody clicks the wrong link, open up, they still have their own issues. But as a small business owner, you don't have time to actually manage your network. So you don't have time to learn the latest and greatest prevention mechanisms to mitigate some of the risks or lower the risk of you getting attacked. You got a business to run, right? So you don't have time for that. And that's why, as an attacker, I'm going after you because I know you don't have the staff in place, right? So this video is really to my small business owners, my lawyers that have, their offices, my doctors, my medical practice, any of that kind of stuff, real estate agents, small firms, stuff like that. You guys need a managed service. Now, we do managed services from a network security standpoint. Again, we don't promise 100% guarantee that you won't be the victim of an attack. We're just talking about mitigating that risk, getting the risk level down to an acceptable, hey, we have the controls in place that will make it difficult for someone to get in, not impossible, but difficult. And if you have more controls in place, well, as an attacker, who am I going to attack first? The person that actually hired an outside firm to help them with their security and they're putting the control mechanisms in place and now I have to do extra work to try to get around that, or the firm that believes, hey, I got my, Xfinity router and that's all I need and I'm just going to go about my business. I'm going to go for the one that is, doesn't have any controls, right? And that's just in the office. Now, we have the mobile workforce and people are working from home. So you also have to protect yourself there as well. And this is where SASE and all that stuff comes in. Now, a lot of people do not have that. A lot of small business owners that I talk to, they don't even have SASE in place at all. So they may have a firewall, which is the bare minimum. They might have a firewall that, you know, They might have pulled it off the shelf, or they got somebody that have some open source like PFSense. Not saying PFSense is not good, just saying some open source software that may have some vulnerabilities in there that they're using as their, first line of defense for the perimeter, which is the firewall there. But what happens when the person, your staff, goes to their home with their laptops? That firewall has nothing to do with them at home. So again, you can get attacked at home. Something can lay dormant at home. And then when that person brings that computer inside the office, now that's when they trigger the attack. And now everything is getting siphoned and exfiltration attacks. You don't even see them because you have no controls in place, right? So this is where you need, again, managed services like myself, who's also going to protect you at the home. We're going to do on-prem firewall, and I'm just using firewall as an example for mitigating risk. We'll put firewall at the perimeter to make sure, hey, you're not just dependent on your ISP's gateway, whatever they gave you, that is nowhere near as secure as actually putting a dedicated appliance in your office. And then we're also going to couple that or marry that with the cloud-based firewall so that, hey, if you decide to take your laptop, if you got company laptops, because most people are not working from desktops anymore, if you have a laptop and you're working from home, you're also protected there. And from outbound, or if we have another solution that goes from outbound and inbound, if you want to actually get the resources and stuff like that. If you want to, talk more about how to protect your small business, there's going to be a link in the description. But that's, you do that at the end. But that's really it. Small businesses, I've talked to plenty of them, and it just amazes me how, they don't understand. And it's not their fault because network security is not your forte. That's not what you do. If you're a lawyer, you go to law. If you're an accountant, you're an accountant. That's what your, skill is. You're not skilled in network security. You shouldn't be because that's not your trade. That's when you need someone like us to come in and kind of help you mitigate the risk, right? And that's all we're really doing, mitigating the risk. So if you're a small business owner, you heard this message, you went to the office and you're staring at the Xfinity box and that's the only thing you have, or you have an unmanaged switch that, you're not keeping up to date. So that has vulnerabilities and stuff like that. If you have a current managed service provider that you're not really satisfied with because they may not have a certain level of skill in terms of network security is always changing, and you want to talk about probably bringing in a new provider that can help you and help your business be protected in the office and outside the office. Our slogan here is anytime, anywhere, securely. So if you want to be under that umbrella, quote unquote, of being able to get to your resources anytime, anywhere, securely, be protected, whether you're in Mexico, Australia, China, Africa, doesn't matter where you are, you will be protected, then click the link below. It's going to be in the description to do a discovery call. Again, this is a discovery call. I'm not going to sell you on the call because I don't even know your situation. It's kind of a, hey, let's meet each other. Let's see what your, organization looks like. Let's see, the overall architecture of your network. If you have one, if you just have a single office, we can talk about possibly getting you a lot better in terms of visibility and protection using our managed services. If you are interested in that, again, link in the description. Please do not take this lightly. Small business owners do not take this lightly. You will be attacked. It's not an if anymore, it's a when. Now, what you need to be concerned with is how can I put controls in place that are going to make it difficult for the attacker to get in. And then they may just leave me alone, right? Unless you have information that they really want to get, they're going to keep trying, right? Advanced persistent threats are things that are people. They're not software. There are people that are trying to get your information and they will not stop until they get it. And that's why you need to partner with somebody that is going to be your line of defense against somebody that's constantly trying to get their information. They will not stop. If you have an APT trying to get your information, that means they are definitely going to keep banging at the door until they either break it, bust it down, or find another way to get in, right? But it's not your job to protect against those. Again, small business owners, you need to focus on your clients, getting money for what you do. You need to partner with us as a managed services to help prevent the bad guys who are constantly knocking at your door from getting in. This is Don for Padlock Technologies. I hope you take this message seriously. If you want to get on a call, links in the description below. Thank you and have a nice day. And don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Let other businesses know, your friends, you want to protect them too. So if this message, if you have someone there and you know somebody else that can, probably benefit from our services, pass this video along to them. And, you know, we also do a finder's fee. If you get somebody over and they sign a contract with us, we'll give you a finder's fee for bringing them to us. This is Don for Padlock Technologies again. Thank you and have a nice day.